has Stargirl managed to create a new way to connect new and old fans in a pretty interesting dynamic. Let's talk about the new series. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and I thought we could take a little bit of time to talk about Stargirl. But first, I wanted to remind everybody, if you're looking for your place for all your comic book news, rumors, and reviews, all while looking for the best and positive in those characters we love, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Well, I don't know if you've been tuning in, but we're about halfway through the first season of Stargirl. Now, the show is broadcasting both on the DC Universe and the CW, and it's sort of a unique venture between the two. Now, I've just actually had the opportunity to finish the 5th episode, and although I can't talk about it yet, I came to realize that this show has something special going on that has allowed it to connect with fans in a pretty interesting way. For a show that has such a new look at so many classic DC characters, somehow or another, they've made this first season work. Now, if you've been watching these shows for a while, and you're a fan of comic books, you know that reboots and reimaginings are fraught with challenges and pitfalls. Add in the modern political climate, and it really makes it a pretty tough situation for development teams. The idea with this always is to bring in new fans, not alienate the old, and somehow this show does it. And considering how they pretty much reimage every character massively and completely unapologetically, it's fairly curious how they pull this off. I mean, Charles McNider, Captain Midnight, is now Beth Chapel. Or, the classic Wildcat, Ted Grant, is now Yolanda Montez. So the real question is, why does this work and resonate with so many fans? Well, first and foremost, it's not a bad show, and that helps. The stories have been pretty compelling, the pacing has been pretty good, the special effects are on point, and it avoids, at least so far, many of the common pitfalls of these shows. Now, if you didn't know, Jeff Johns worked on this show, and he actually has a history with DC characters, and specifically Stargirl. I've actually included a link to his Stargirl series down below. Probably worth a read, but so far, I haven't seen much of the book show up in the show. Now, some of his reimaginings have not connected very well with fans, like the Shazam family. So how does Johns manage to nail the family dynamic so perfectly in this show? Well, quite honestly, the whole show is nothing but homage and respect to the original characters. It's literally built into the storyline. From the opening episode, with the original JSA is nearly deified. All the references, nods, just sheer respect and story are all tied directly to the original team, and the characters are clearly inspired by the original heroes. Now what this does is, it helps connect you to the new characters. Rick Tyler's relationship to his real father and to Pat Dugan is simply enhanced that Pat was a member of the original JSA and knew the original Hourman. Heck, even Beth Chapel, the new Dr. Midnight, who quite honestly I didn't like at first. By the end of episode 5, I found myself enjoying, especially her interactions with the original Dr. Midnight. It really helps create continuity that gives you patience with these new characters. It is literally saying, these old characters are great, so please give us some time to live up to that legend. Now, one of the things I think they do to seal this is the show really has a parental tone to it. I'm a parent, I'm in my 40s, and I have to say, typically, this CW type show doesn't have this at all, and I think these relationships are a huge working cog in this machine. And quite honestly, we're not just talking about the relationship between Courtney and Pat. All the team members have dynamic parental relationships that appear to have taken some priority over your typical CW teen format, drawing both of these groups of fans a little closer to the show. I think all of these pieces help keep each group sort of energized for it, and, quite honestly, paying so much homage to the original characters, all while introducing new characters, is a great way to put everybody on the same page. I'm not sure where the show is going, but I do suspect it's going to get renewed. It's really one of the only things going for superhero fans right now, at least until Doom Patrol drops. And I hope you guys are liking it as much as I am. I'm pretty hopeful the Earth 2 roster continues to expand. I mean, quite honestly, they might win the Who Brings the Green Lantern a TV first race. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.